Welcome to Holly Farms, the Willow model here by Beazer Homes in Ellicott City. This home is going to blow you away. These are the most energy efficient homes. Beazer Homes are the only builders doing this, and we're going to talk to Bobby Thompson, the Director of Operations for Beazer Homes Maryland. Here we are inside the Willow model, Holly Farms, Ellicott City, the most efficiently built homes, and I'm here with Bobby Thompson, Director of Operations with Beazer, Maryland, to tell us a little bit about all the exciting features Beazer Homes doing here in Maryland. So walk us through, what does this mean with this negative HERS rating and all these energy systems you have here in the house?
Well, I will tell you, Andrew, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Yes, this is one of the most highest performing homes here in the Maryland area. It is actually the first next generation certified home. It's the highest level of EPA certification. It's also a DOE Zero Energy Ready certified home. On top of all that, we have a included Tesla roof system and backup power walls in the garage.
This is the only new home community in Maryland where all 16 lots had Tesla roofs, Tesla battery walls, and super efficient. So when I toured here, obviously you're drawn to the solar shingles that look absolutely beautiful.
Amazing.
We don't see them in the wild too much. As a Tesla guy, I'm like, I want that. But there's so much more. Like, talk to us a little bit about the Tesla roof, what that does for you with the battery wall.
Sure.
And then we'll jump into some of the other features.
One of the best parts of this is when you have that renewable, you're actually generating at a higher capacity than you normally would with a regular conventional roof. The roof is aesthetically pleasing because it combines both active tiles and inactive tiles. So when you look at it, you just see a regular gorgeous roof. You don't know that it's actually working. Portions of that roof is working for you and generating electricity. The Powerwall benefit is when you're utilizing some of what you're generating, typically without the backup power walls, it's just going to waste. Here, you actually get to store that energy and allow you to be able to capitalize that at night or in times when you're entertaining and you're pulling a little bit more power than you typically would generate during the day.
There's really no need for a generator in one of these homes because you're storing that energy you're generating during the day in those power walls.
That's correct.
So in theory, if the power went out for a week,
you'll be fine. Because you're going to be able to capitalize on what you're generating from the roof as well as what you stored in the batteries. So one of the additional benefits, let's just say everything is working completely as designed and you don't have a power outage. In addition to that, because this is in a BGE area, you actually get the benefit of utility credits that trickle back to the grid. So when your batteries are fully charged at 100%, all the overage power now trickles back to BG&E. And so in winter months when you're not going to generate as much, you're not going to charge your battery as much, you're still getting the benefit of power that you have generated through the use of utility credits.
Now the HERS rating, if you can explain that a little bit. I know some of the homes in this community, we saw negative numbers, which is unheard of, -9,
right.
-11. You are literally spinning the BG&E meter backwards and you're getting credits for it. Pretty amazing.
That's correct. So when you look at the average usage, HERS is just a really scientific way of looking at energy usage. And so when you look at a high performance home like this Willow model here at Hampton Hills in Ellicott City, this home is scoring without the renewable roof, without the solar roof, twice as good as what the DOE standard is for an energy efficient, zero energy ready home. Now when you put the renewable on top of it, this is how you get into the negative. You're actually now more offset than the usage that it's going to be for an average consumer.
So it's not just the roof, because even without the roof, these things are incredibly efficient.
That's correct.
One of the things I was really impressed by, I was like, oh, are these the sprinkler systems here coming out of the ceiling throughout the home? There's no registers where the air comes out. They're all in the system. Talk to us a little bit about that system and why that's so much better than what most homes have.
Instead of conventional heating, what this home has that's different is a RIA system. It is a fully balanced, manifold-driven HVAC system. Every room in every home has the same amount of CFMs, of pressure of air coming through it.
Now for the consumers out there, there is 2 left, probably soon to be one left. We have a 1.3 Willow model. We have another one, slightly smaller, still absolutely gorgeous, which we'll show you for $1 million. but there's 3 other communities, similar features, not the Tesla roofs, but solar ready, solar panels, and a very similar type energy efficient home. And Beazer Homes is the only one doing this, as far as I know, in the state of Maryland, for sure.
That's correct. All of our homes now are zero energy ready. And then on top of that, specific communities are next generation and ready solar communities. What I mean by that ready solar is that they're zero energy ready homes, but then we have conventional solar roofs that come as a base house included option.
Let's go to the basement, show us a little bit more about this RIA system so it's easy for the consumer to understand, because it's kind of wild. There's no bulkheads, there's no air registers. It's all piped individually, hyper efficient. Let's check it out. Here we are in the unfinished basement portion. Obviously you got a ton of insulation here, but the first thing that catches my eye before we hit the RIA system is you got 2 200 amp panels, and what's this situation? This isn't the power wall in the garage.
No, it's not. That's actually the gateway. That's the brains of the operation. That's diverting the power that's coming from the roof and sending it to the circuits, sending it to the battery. It's the one that's doing all the brain work of the unit.
Awesome. So during the day, sun's lighting up the roof. This is saying, hey, we don't need BG&E energy here. We got it.
Yep.
And then any overages gets stored in the power walls.
That's correct.
And then when that's 100%, we're spinning backwards.
That's correct.
We're going negative, baby.
Yep.
This is a really unique system. I'd never seen one before, because I kept saying, where's the vents? There's no supplies in this house.
That's correct.
And there's no bulkheads. You know the bulkheads, those big chunks of drywall that come down and you lose a little ceiling height? If they're gonna be somewhere, first floor, second floor, upper level, but this little system here takes it everywhere.
So what you're looking at is this is a distribution that's going to a much larger manifold in the walls, but what it does is it supplies fully balanced air throughout the entire home. And as you mentioned, yes, you don't have any of those ugly obstructions and bulkheads that are hanging from the ceiling. If you ever have any loved ones that are entertaining in the basement, and 9-foot ceiling basement's great until you start putting a foot or 2 feet hang down of a bulkhead on it. This house has none of that. None of the homes here do. And when you look at how it actually pipes through, you don't have the ability to leak because it's one continuous material. So there is less likelihood of leaking through the ducts, less energy waste, and that's one of the reasons why this outperforms their conventional system. We're also Indoor Air Quality Plus certified. Okay. How we achieve that is that you have this whole house fresh air system called an ERV. This system, and you've probably seen or heard of equipment in the wild that brings in fresh air from the outside. Typically when it does that, it's just bringing in unclimatized, unfiltrated, so you have pollen, dust, debris, cold or hot extreme temps coming into the system, making the system get dirty, have contaminants, work harder to make up that ambient temperature. This ERV system actually climatizes, mixes the current air, filtrates it twice, and then sends it into the system and then exhausts out the bad. So you don't have any of that infiltration. So that's one of the things that makes this house completely different, a healthier home to live in, but it also makes the equipment work less hard. So it doesn't have to struggle to kind of heat up those cold temps or cool down those extreme temps. In addition to that, this home also has a hybrid water heater.
Hybrid?
Yep, so it actually combines the benefit of an electrical water heater, but it has a refrigerant condenser on top. So it's kind of giving yourself a turbo engine on top of your water heater. So it's a high efficiency capacity water heater that will keep up with your usage. And by the way, we've piped everything, all these fixtures in a way that you use less water in the pipes all the way to the furthest fixture.
Wow.
So it's a WaterSense certified system. We're gonna talk about the insulation next.
All right, let's go back up. So we mentioned 2x6 construction.
Right.
Insulation, windows. For the layman, what does all that mean?
So when you look at construction over the years, a lot of improvements have been made, right? In the code, in the energy codes, but a lot of the practices have kind of lagged. How do you get better insulation? They call it R value. How do you get better insulation in the walls? What we've done is this is a 2x6 wall construction, and you can see in this window that you have that deeper cavity. In that deeper cavity, we have an air infiltration prevention system where we've spray foam 2 inches. Then we've done a bib system where it's loose fill on top of that to give you an R30 exterior wall.
R30 exterior wall.
Yeah.
And 2x6 versus what 2x4 was common.
And you have an R13. So you imagine more than almost double than your typical older construction. So if you have a resale home and you're going in there and you may see like some of those 1990s homes coming on the market today,
right,
where you don't even have structural sheathing on the outside of the house. You have thermoply, like a felt paper.
Right.
This home has structural sheathing, a fully insulated 2x6 construction. And by the way, in the attic, we have R60. That's 2 feet of insulation in the attic.
So you spared no expense on the insulation. What about the windows? That's a big common thing. Do I need to replace my windows? I'm gonna save money if I replace my windows.
This entire home is built for the future. So 7 years from now, which is the typical return rate, right? When you're gonna resell your house from a new build construction, when you would wanna do that, this home, windows included, will actually be at code compliance and better than 7 years from now, based on regular code cycles. These windows are upgraded so they have less UV coming into the windows, less sound coming through the windows.
Right.
They are a high performance window.
It's crazy, it's a construction zone outside. I don't hear a darn thing.
That's right. That sound attenuation that you get, it's a sense of calm, a sense of comfort in your home that you can sense soon as you walk in.
Yeah, when I was talking to the sales rep, Nick, who's phenomenal, he mentioned people were saving upwards of $8,000 a year just on the energy.
That's correct. You move into this house, say you don't want to take advantage of the 30% tax incentives for the roof, and you just want to live your life, you are absolutely going to save $8,000 without any additional effort.
Wow, that's phenomenal. If you are interested in state-of-the-art new construction, visit Beazer.com. Right here in Maryland, this community just about sold out. We have Klossmeyer Farms, single-family homes in Perry Hall. Right up the road, Holly Farms, Towson, single-family homes, Paddock Point, Howard County Laurel condos. We also have The Willows, beautiful townhomes in Millersville. Visit Beazer.com, and if you're in the real estate industry and you want to do your buyers a favor, bring them into a Beazer model and they'll be blown away.